They were found in a desert cave by accident, but the Dead Sea Scrolls would go on to shake the foundations of history, religion, and scholarship. More than 70 years later, we're still debating what they really mean. Hidden in a desert cave for 2,000 years, these fragile scrolls would ignite one of the greatest archaeological controversies of all time. They were supposed to bring clarity. Instead, the Dead Sea Scrolls sparked decades of disagreement between scholars, religious leaders, and even governments. In the winter of 1947, a young Bedouin shepherd named Mohammed Ed-Dib, a boy barely out of his teens, was diligently searching for a lost goat along the rugged Dead Sea cliffs. The landscape was harsh, unforgiving, and seemingly devoid of secrets, yet it held within its embrace a treasure trove of untold stories. Frustrated and perhaps a little bored, he idly tossed a stone into a dark, unassuming cave opening nestled in the cliff face. He was just passing time, unaware that his simple action was about to reverberate through the ages. Instead of the expected thud of rock against stone, he heard a distinct and unexpected sound, the shattering of pottery, a sound that hadn't been heard for millennia. Curiosity piqued, he and his companion cautiously entered the cave. Inside, illuminated by the dim light filtering through the entrance, they found tall clay jars, standing silently like ancient sentinels. Their hearts might have quickened with the hope of discovering a hidden cache of gold, a pirate's treasure, or some other valuable artifact, not filled with gold, but with ancient brittle scrolls carefully wrapped in linen, their secrets carefully guarded for centuries. Disappointed by the lack of immediate monetary value, the shepherds, unaware of the true significance of their find, nearly used the scrolls as kindling to start a fire. But instead, driven by a flicker of hope or perhaps simple practicality, they decided to sell them to an antiquities dealer in Bethlehem, hoping to get a few coins for their trouble. The scrolls, now objects of commerce, passed through several hands, their true value still unrecognized by those who traded them. Eventually, these fragile artifacts made their way to scholars and experts who, with their trained eyes and deep understanding of ancient languages, recognized their immense antiquity and historical importance. What began as a seemingly mundane search for a lost goat, a simple task in a remote and desolate landscape, would soon become one of the greatest archaeological discoveries of the 20th century, a moment that would reshape our understanding of the past. The echoes from that shattered jar, a sound that resonated through the centuries, were about to change our understanding of history forever, revealing secrets that had been hidden for over 2,000 years. In the arid landscape, a chance encounter unfolded. A shepherd, merely tending to his flock, unknowingly approached the precipice of history. He had stumbled upon the edge of a hidden library, a repository of ancient knowledge concealed for millennia. Over the next decade, a dedicated team of archaeologists and scholars embarked on a meticulous quest. Their painstaking efforts led to an extraordinary discovery. More than 900 manuscript fragments were unearthed, each piece a fragment of a lost world, carefully preserved by the desert's embrace. These precious remnants were recovered from 11 caves near Qumran, a desolate yet significant location that held the key to unlocking ancient secrets. Written in Hebrew, Aramaic, and Greek, the diverse linguistic tapestry of the scrolls reflects the cultural crossroads of the time. The scrolls reflect a world both deeply traditional, rooted in ancient customs and beliefs, and cosmopolitan, open to the influences of various cultures and ideas. They offer a glimpse into a society grappling with change and continuity. They include ancient copies of nearly every book of the Hebrew Bible, providing invaluable insights into the evolution of biblical texts. These copies are some 1,000 years older than any previously known, revolutionizing our understanding of the Bible's transmission and textual history. There are also non-biblical works, like the Book of Enoch, a fascinating text that expands our knowledge of ancient Jewish beliefs and traditions. And entirely unique sectarian texts, such as the Community Rule and War Scroll, shedding light on the distinctive practices and ideologies of a particular group within Judaism. These writings reveal the beliefs, rituals, and apocalyptic hopes of a mysterious community, offering a rare window into their inner world and their vision of the future. The scrolls are a time capsule, a preserved moment in history. They are preserving the intellectual and spiritual life, safeguarding the thoughts, ideas, and aspirations of a people on the edge of history, a community facing profound changes and challenges as the ancient world transitioned into a new era. They are the true treasure of Qumran, an unparalleled collection of ancient manuscripts that continues to captivate and inspire scholars and enthusiasts alike. The discovery of the Dead Sea Scrolls sent shockwaves through the archaeological and theological worlds. These ancient fragments, hidden away for millennia, immediately raised a burning question: who wrote them? This wasn't just a matter of historical curiosity. It was a quest to understand the minds and motivations of those who lived and breathed in a pivotal era of religious and cultural transformation. The identity of the scribes held the key to unlocking a deeper understanding of the texts themselves. As scholars delved into the scrolls, clues began to emerge, pointing to a specific community. This community, it seemed, was living at Qumran, a settlement strategically located near the very caves where the scrolls were discovered. Qumran wasn't just any settlement, it was an isolated settlement with communal halls suggesting a highly structured and shared way of life. The architecture itself hinted at a unique social organization. Further archaeological evidence revealed ritual baths and, perhaps most significantly, a scriptorium, a dedicated space for writing and copying texts. This discovery strongly suggested that the inhabitants of Qumran were not just passive recipients of religious tradition, but active producers and preservers of it. The texts themselves offered further insights. They describe a group awaiting a final battle, a cataclysmic showdown between the Sons of Light, those who adhered to their strict interpretation of religious law, and Sons of Darkness, representing those they perceived as corrupt or misguided. This conflict was to be led by a figure they revered as the teacher of righteousness. Members lived by strict rules governing every aspect of their daily lives. They shared property, fostering a sense of communal living, and followed a unique calendar distinct from the one used in Jerusalem. This calendar was just one of many ways they were separating themselves from the temple authorities in Jerusalem, whom they viewed as having strayed from the true path. They referred to themselves by various names, often laden with symbolic meaning. They called themselves the community, the poor, emphasizing their humility and detachment from worldly possessions, or the sons of Zadok, suggesting a connection to a priestly lineage. Intriguingly, they never identified themselves by a specific universally recognized name, adding to the mystery surrounding their origins and beliefs. As a result, their identity remains debated among scholars to this day. Were they Essenes, Sadducees, or a distinct group altogether? Despite the uncertainty, their writings offer a rare window into the religious ferment of Judea before the Second Temple's fall, a period of intense social and political upheaval. The quest to identify them is therefore a quest to understand a pivotal moment in history, a time when Judaism was evolving and diversifying in profound ways. Though their name may be lost to time, the scrolls are their enduring legacy, a testament to their beliefs, their struggles, and their profound impact on the course of religious history. The leading theory is that the Qumran community were Essenes, a Jewish sect described by ancient writers like Josephus and Pliny the Elder. The Essenes lived communally, practiced ritual purity, and rejected worldly pleasures, traits mirrored in the scrolls and the ruins. The community rule details a strict hierarchical society with a focus on purity and separation from outsiders. The scroll's apocalyptic worldview and prophetic leadership align closely with ancient descriptions of the Essenes. Many scholars see Qumran as a center for this ascetic, apocalyptic group who hid their library as Roman armies approached. Their words, preserved in the caves, were meant for a future generation. Yet, the Essene theory is not without challenges. The word Essene never appears in the scrolls, and some archaeologists argue Qumran was not a monastery but a manor house or commercial center. Others suggest the scrolls were a collection from Jerusalem, hidden during war, explaining their diversity. Some point to Sadducees or even Zealots as possible authors, citing legal texts and militant writings. The true identity of the Qumran community remains elusive, a puzzle with many missing pieces. The scrolls may represent a cross-section of Jewish thought, not just one sect. Their mystery only deepens their significance. The debate continues, as vibrant as ever. The Dead Sea Scrolls have sparked fierce debate since their discovery. For decades, access was tightly controlled, fueling conspiracy theories and frustration. Now fully published and digitized, the scrolls reveal a Judaism far more diverse than once imagined, with competing calendars, laws, and interpretations. For Christians, the scrolls show that many new ideas were already present in Second Temple Judaism. The scrolls complicate but do not undermine religious traditions, showing faith as a living, evolving process. They challenge assumptions about biblical authority and canon, revealing a time when sacred texts were still in flux. The debates are not just academic, they touch the heart of religious identity. The scrolls force us to confront the complexity and dynamism of our spiritual past. The Dead Sea Scrolls are not just relics, they are symbols in a modern political struggle, discovered on the eve of Israel's founding. The scrolls' ownership has shifted with the region's turbulent history. After the Six-Day War, Israel took control of the scrolls, displaying them as proof of ancient Jewish ties to the land. Palestinians and Jordanians claimed the scrolls as part of their own heritage, arguing they were removed from occupied territory. The scrolls have become a flashpoint in the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, with both sides seeing them as vital to their national story. Each exhibition or loan can spark diplomatic protest. The battle over the scrolls is a battle over history itself. New technology is transforming our understanding of the scrolls. High-resolution imaging reveals faded text invisible to the naked eye, while digital archives make the scrolls accessible worldwide. Computer algorithms and DNA analysis are helping match fragments and identify scribes, reconstructing manuscripts lost for millennia. DNA sequencing even links fragments by the animals they came from, offering new ways to piece together the ancient library. These advances are rewriting what we know, sometimes overturning old theories, sometimes raising new questions. The digital revolution has democratized scroll research, inviting global participation. Far from closing the book, technology is opening new chapters in the scroll's story. The mystery deepens and the conversation continues. 2,000 years later, the Dead Sea Scrolls still captivate us. They connect us to a lost world, echoing questions about faith, community, and hope that remain urgent today. For scholars, the scrolls are an endless puzzle. For believers, they are both inspiration and challenge. Each new discovery complicates our understanding of ancient Judaism and the roots of Christianity. The scrolls reveal a past that was dynamic, diverse, and fiercely debated. Their gaps and mysteries invite us to imagine, to question, and to seek meaning. They remind us that faith and history are living traditions, shaped by argument and change. The voices from Qumran still echo, urging us to listen, to wonder, and to keep searching. Like and subscribe for more travel adventures.